is what makes the narcissist sad and even makes him very frustrated. Unveiling the narcissist's unhappiness. The plight of narcissists is rooted in profound discontentment, a condition they endeavor to spread to others. Much of the content on this program revolves around the deleterious impact narcissists inflict upon the lives of those around them. Today, however, we'll delve into actions you may already be taking or could implement to exacerbate their misery. Few things have the power to genuinely unsettle a narcissist. Ultimately, their discontent stems from their skewed perception of life and others. Unbeknownst to you, as you go about your day cherishing life's joys, narcissists lurk in the shadows, seething with jealousy and resentment, determined to wipe the smile from your face. For narcissists, witnessing others' happiness is anathema. What brings you joy could be the target of a narcissist's machinations. Whether it's a fulfilling relationship, career success, cherished friendships, or simply a sense of inner peace, the source of your happiness is inconsequential to the narcissist. Their sole objective is to extinguish your joy, leaving you despondent and questioning your self-worth. They harbor an innate aversion to your happiness, actively seeking to sabotage the very bonds that bring you fulfillment. Their own unhappiness festers in the presence of your joy. Embrace the victories of others. Spread joy by celebrating the achievements of others and showering them with compliments. This simple act is like a thorn in the side of narcissists. They thrive on chaos and discord, so hearing praise for someone else's success is like nails on a chalkboard to them. They'd much rather revel in tales of misfortune and strife. The narcissist's appetite is whetted by tales of others' woes, not by stories of triumph and happiness. Thus, they recoil at the thought of us refraining from gossip or refusing to participate in their schemes to tarnish others' reputations. Bringing out the rear. Another surefire way to ruffle a narcissist's feathers is by not prioritizing them. Resist the urge to drop everything and cater to their demands. They crave constant attention and validation, expecting immediate responses to their calls and messages. They even seek control over the most personal aspects of your life, such as major decisions like career changes or relationships. While they may yearn for insight into your affairs, it's crucial to maintain boundaries and refrain from divulging too much. Guard your time and energy, devoting them instead to yourself and those dear to you. Remember, you're under no obligation to cater to their whims or prioritize their needs. While disregarding their significance may momentarily unsettle them, it's ultimately a liberating act that empowers you and signals to them that their hold over you is waning. In time, they'll seek out more compliant targets, leaving you free to reclaim your autonomy and focus on what truly matters. Walk the talk. Consistency is key when dealing with narcissists. Enforcing firm boundaries and meting out appropriate consequences when those boundaries are crossed is a surefire way to unsettle them. While setting limits is one thing, ensuring that transgressors face repercussions is another. Narcissists have little regard for rules and will test them at every opportunity, hoping for leniency. It's imperative to stand firm and impose consequences when necessary, signaling to the narcissist that their actions have consequences and that their control is not absolute. Their disdain for boundaries stems from their insatiable desire for dominance, and challenging this control will undoubtedly leave them discontented. Unresponsive silence. Another tactic to unhinge the narcissist is to withdraw emotionally. By disengaging and showing indifference to their words and actions, you rob them of the power to elicit a reaction from you. Narcissists thrive on emotional manipulation, but if you remain emotionally aloof, they're left powerless. In their desperation for a response, they may escalate their efforts to provoke a reaction, resorting to extreme measures to elicit any emotional response from you. Their inability to influence or control you emotionally is a bitter pill for them to swallow, leaving them feeling dejected and impotent. Closing remarks. Ultimately, the burden of the narcissist's unhappiness rests squarely on their shoulders, and you shouldn't feel obligated to change them or cater to their desires. Creating distance, whether physical, mental, or financial, from the narcissist will undoubtedly irk them, as they crave your attention and validation despite their toxic behavior. In their distorted worldview, your happiness should revolve around them, even if they contribute nothing but chaos and anguish. Therefore, it's essential to steer clear of narcissists and focus on cherishing the life you have. Life is fleeting, and investing time in them is simply not worth it. That concludes our discussion for today. I trust you found it insightful, as always. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. Wishing you all a wonderful week ahead, and thank you for your attention. Hey there, inquisitive minds. Welcome aboard. Today, we're delving into the intriguing realm of narcissistic behavior. Ever pondered the true motives behind someone's affection, especially when they emphatically declare they're done with you? It's a conundrum many face, particularly when navigating the labyrinth of narcissistic traits. If you're intrigued, show some love by tapping that like button. And if you're not part of our community yet, why not hop on board? We relish deep conversations, and your insights truly count. Drop a comment below to share your thoughts. But wait a moment. Before we plunge into the depths, a huge shout out to you for being part of our community. Your support is our lifeline. If you've enjoyed our content and want to help it flourish, consider buying us a coffee. Every contribution, no matter how small, makes a world of difference. And for our fantastic members joining our program, we've got an exclusive treat for you. Your name will be featured in one of our upcoming videos as a token of gratitude for your incredible support. Cheers! Now let's unravel the dynamics of relationships, especially when individuals with narcissistic tendencies decide to call it quits. Brace yourself, it's a revealing journey. Unlike most folks who cultivate relationships with love and care, narcissists approach things differently. They substitute warmth with resentment and anger, making genuine connections elusive. It's not merely a minor hiccup. It's a profound issue rooted in the absence of the organic force that binds people together. When narcissists experience inner turmoil, their actions may appear peculiar to outsiders. The erosion of strong social bonds, essential for cohesive communities, is disheartening and contributes to the escalating narcissism prevalent in our society. This departure from conventional modes of social interaction is disconcerting. Instead of fostering warmth and affection, narcissists consistently radiate negativity, flouting societal norms. Even when narcissists feign concern, their comprehension and expression of empathy diverge significantly from the norm. Their struggle to cultivate intimate relationships underscores the pervasive issues intertwined with narcissism. The surge in narcissistic conduct is alarming, indicating a departure from our innate inclination towards love and camaraderie towards resentment and self-absorption. This isn't merely cause for concern. It demands action. This trend underscores the imperative to uphold the fundamental principles that bind us as a species: love, empathy, compassion, and connection. These values are indispensable as we navigate challenging times. We must actively resist the proliferation of narcissism and strive for a society founded on mutual respect and empathy. Narcissists often target individuals who continue to exhibit genuine love and compassion because human nature inherently gravitates towards affection, care, and reverence. However, Traumatic experiences during a narcissist's formative years reshape their outlook. Whether stemming from emotional abuse or neglect, these encounters compel them to adopt a defensive and manipulative stance, believing it's indispensable for survival. It's disheartening how early life experiences shape narcissists, leading them to replace genuine love and concern with manipulation. They begin by donning a facade of love and affection, a calculated strategy to earn trust. Mimicking your behavior and interests, they craft an illusion of shared passions and familiarity. Yet beneath this veneer of compatibility lies their innate inclination to manipulate and exploit, a fundamental aspect of their character. They seamlessly blend in, leveraging their adeptness at mimicry and mirroring until they deem it unnecessary. When the mask slips, revealing their true selves, devoid of genuine love or affection, the facade crumbles. Despite their flawless persona, it's merely a charade. While others draw strength from authentic love, narcissists thrive on inflicting emotional turmoil. The real harm emerges when they abandon pretense, laying bare the extent of their deception. It's a harsh realization when you discover they never truly shared your interests or emotions. The individual you believed you knew was an imposter. Beneath the surface lies someone devoid of genuine affection. Their charming, caring demeanor was merely a ploy in their deceitful game. For those ensnared in a narcissist's web, the truth often dawns too late. Recovery begins with understanding their tactics and traits. You may question whether it's your fault or if they ever harbored genuine love for you. However, recognizing the narcissist's capacity for feigned affection instead of genuine love is enlightening. It's crucial to acknowledge that narcissists are incapable of reciprocating authentic love. Amidst the anguish of severed ties, you may yearn for affection from someone capable of experiencing and expressing it genuinely. Realizing that narcissists cannot offer the love you deserve is pivotal. They may terminate the relationship for various reasons, such as a lack of commitment or interest in another individual. Understanding that you were merely an emotional resource for them is painful, yet acknowledging the true nature of narcissists is imperative for healing. It's crucial not to paint all narcissists with the same brush. Simplifying and demonizing them doesn't serve anyone well. Labeling them as demons is akin to using negative traits as a shield for their conduct. While it's vital to acknowledge negative behavior, it's equally important to recognize our own roles in relationships. Embracing our imperfections marks the initial stride toward personal development. Although it may be tempting to brand someone as entirely evil and assign blame solely to them, it's not fair. Every individual contributes to a relationship, and owning up to our own shortcomings fosters stronger connections. Dealing with someone who exhibits narcissistic traits can be challenging, but understanding that their behavior may stem from past experiences is enlightening. This understanding doesn't justify their actions, but provides clarity. Moving forward for a relationship with a narcissist entails introspection and a decision not to tolerate their behavior. It's tough when they abruptly withdraw their feigned closeness, prompting us to reflect on the signs we overlooked in our eagerness to be with them. Moreover, it's crucial to contemplate why we persist in relationships that aren't beneficial for us. Delving into our own motivations is the initial stride toward progress. This involves valuing ourselves and refusing to settle for anything less than what we deserve. Ultimately, healing is a gradual process. It's natural to feel bewildered and wounded after exiting a relationship with a narcissist, but it's imperative to continue moving toward healthier relationships. While it can be challenging and require patience, it presents an opportunity for personal growth. Confronting fears and uncertainties grants us deeper insight into ourselves and our relationship preferences. It's an occasion to reconstruct our lives according to our own needs, liberated from the sway of the narcissist. Above all, it's a chance to cherish and honor ourselves, while demanding reciprocation from others. Appreciate your participation in this discourse. Feel free to share this piece with your friends, and keep an eye out for more engaging discussions ahead. Hey there, friends! Ever felt that burning desire to stick it to that self-absorbed nuisance who's been a constant thorn in your side? It's beyond frustrating, isn't it? You're boiling with rage, feeling like you've hit your breaking point. But guess what? I've got a sneaky little trick that might just blow your mind. Ready for it? It's called the no contact rule. Sure, you might have heard about it before, but let me tell you why it's an absolute game changer. You see, narcissists thrive on attention, validation, and admiration. It's like oxygen to their flame. But when you cut off their supply, it's like yanking the rug out from under their feet. Suddenly, they're left floundering, desperate for a hit to their fragile ego. Going no contact. It hits them where it hurts the most, right in their sense of self-importance. Imagine having all those ego-boosting goodies stripped away from you. It's a real gut punch, and they just can't handle it. And the cherry on top, going no contact. It's a piece of cake. Just walk away and don't even glance back. That's how you emerge victorious. So, my friends, resist the temptation to engage with a narcissist. Rise above the drama, safeguard your inner peace, and focus on your own healing. You deserve so much better than the pain they've put you through. And trust me, on the other side awaits happiness and joy, just waiting for you to claim them. Hey there, I've got a little treat just for you. Narcissism 101, recognizing the red flags, breaking the chains, and taking back your life. This gem is chock full of all the tools you need to bounce back stronger. Simply click the link below and dive right in. Picture this. You've been dealing with a narcissist who's been a thorn in your side. But suddenly they hit a snag, you. Your reactions fade, leaving them high and dry. They can't manipulate you like before. By cutting off their emotional supply, you reclaim control of your life. No strings attached. Now they're left hanging. They're used to people bending over backward for them, taking their energy for granted. But not anymore. When they realize you're no longer under their spell, it's a rude awakening. They can't handle it. You've reclaimed your sense of self. Bam! You've hit them where it hurts. Ever had your favorite treat snatched away? Makes you crave it even more, right? It's human nature. We want what's out of reach. Narcissists are no different. Cut off their emotional lifeline, and suddenly you're the forbidden fruit. They'll try everything. Texts, calls, or even sending their cronies to lure you back. Narcissists couldn't care less about your boundaries or personal space. All they want is what they desire. So when you pull away, they ramp up the pursuit. It's like their brain tells them the one thing they can't have is what they need the most. And for someone craving emotional validation, attention, and energy, that's a tough pill to swallow. These folks thrive on toying with your emotions. They scrutinize your every move, searching for any signs of attachment or affection. They'll push your buttons without a second thought, unaware of how invasive they're being. Their goal? To reel you back in at any cost. They'll try making you jealous or playing mind games, all in hopes of eliciting some emotion from you. Negative vibes like jealousy and anger are their go-to. Positive feelings are too fleeting for their liking, so they stick to what they know best: negativity. It's a real head-scratcher, isn't it? They hunger for your attention, yet when they finally snag it, it's all negative vibes. So when they come knocking, remember, The real power lies in saying no. Taking back control of your emotional well-being slams the brakes on their game, giving you the upper hand once again. Narcissists, the masters of bringing negativity into your life like it's their specialty. It's like they're programmed that way or something. Their motto seems to be, if I'm feeling down, you should be too. In their twisted logic, it's payback time, making you taste the same bitterness they do. If they catch a whiff of your happiness or success, jealousy kicks in prompto because they're not the star of the show. Then it's game on, a twisted competition you never signed up for. And if they sense they're losing, they'll ramp up the punishment to keep you under their thumb, playing mind games, toying with your emotions, all to assert their dominance. Why? Because for them, it's all about being king of the hill, calling the shots, and feeling like they're superior. It's like they're trying to fill a void from their childhood. So when you're in their orbit, they're pulling out all the stops to fit their distorted narrative. When you cut ties with a narcissist and stop catering to their emotional needs, it's like their whole world crumbles. They're left clueless about your feelings or your next move, which really throws them for a loop. Their entire interaction with you hinges on your reactions, which is seriously messed up. They're essentially pulling your strings to make you feel and behave as they please, and that's just plain cruel. But here's the twist. You could shower a narcissist with attention and validation all day long, and it still wouldn't be sufficient. They're like emotional vacuums, constantly craving validation. They rely on it to keep themselves afloat, which is seriously twisted when you stop to think about it. They'll drain you dry with their unending demands, always yearning for more from you. But you can't be at their beck and call 24/7. Sooner or later, you reach your breaking point, unable to keep up with their emotional needs, even though they'll keep stacking them up. It's a toxic cycle, and the harsh reality is, it won't change as long as they have a steady stream of emotional energy. And why should they bother about your happiness or their actions when they're getting everything they desire? It's a challenging situation to navigate, but the crux of the matter is, you must prioritize your own well-being. Escaping from a narcissistic relationship feels like finally stepping out of a perpetual thunderstorm. The aftermath lingers much longer than the relationship itself, far longer than you ever imagined possible. They had such a grip on you, it's like you've lost sight of your true self. The key to reclaiming your life and emerging from the shadows is to fully commit to no contact. Listen up, I'm dead serious. It's about as tough as it gets, but it's absolutely crucial for your own well-being. It's your chance to armor up and shield yourself from any further harm. Sure, it might get a bit messy, especially with shared business interests, assets, or custody arrangements in the mix. But trust me, it's doable. You don't owe them every ounce of your emotional energy any more than you owe your boss your entire life story. Keep your interactions strictly professional, sharing only what's absolutely necessary. Don't give them the satisfaction of knowing they still have a hold over your emotions. That's like handing them a golden ticket to waltz right back into your life. Let me spill the beans. Narcissists are masters at burying their feelings deep down. They see emotions as a glaring vulnerability that could threaten their grip on power, and that's the last thing they want. It's all about control, pulling the strings behind the scenes, and scripting every single scenario. They have zero interest in building anything meaningful with you, despite any surface-level attempts to persuade you otherwise. To them, you're just a means to an end, a pawn to provide them with money, time, or that precious emotional validation. They couldn't care less about you as a person. In their warped reality, you're nothing more than a disposable tool to be used and discarded at their convenience. But here's the silver lining. There's a way out of this madness. You don't have to navigate this minefield alone or feel like you're stranded on an island. Help is within reach, and you can absolutely tap into it. Consider diving into my free courses or taking advantage of my one-on-one consultation recommendations. All the details are waiting for you in the description below. Don't soldier through this battle solo. There's a supportive tribe out there ready to rally around you. So let's kickstart your journey to healing and stride forward together.